Dear friend, welcome back to our journey through the life of Moses. In today's episode, we enter one of the most mysterious and powerful moments in Scripture. Chapter 5 is titled The Marvelous Colloquy. It's the story of a conversation between heaven and earth, between a worn-out shepherd and the God who still speaks. Let's begin. There are days in life that change everything. We don't see them coming. There's no announcement, no lightning bolt in the sky. But afterward, we realize we can never go back. So it was with Moses. That day began like any other. The sun rose over the wilderness. The air shimmered with heat. The sheep grazed quietly among rocks and dusty shrubs. Nothing hinted that the next few moments would shape the future of a nation. The landscape was unchanged, the sky silent. 40 years had passed like this. And then it happened. A bush began to burn. But this was no ordinary fire. It blazed with a holy intensity. The flames did not consume the branches. And from the center of the blaze, a voice spoke, "Moses, Moses." And Moses replied, "Here I am." From that moment on, everything changed. The peaceful life Moses had built in Midian, his home, his family, his solitude was no longer his to keep. The voice of God had called, and the only way forward was obedience. That's still true today. God still speaks to those with quiet, listening hearts. Not always through fire, but often through Scripture, through beauty, through the whispered memory of a faithful word, through the silence that surrounds our prayer. The question is, when He calls, can we say, "Here I am"? Sometimes we wait years for our moment, our purpose, our call. It may feel like nothing is happening. But God's timing is always perfect. The day comes without warning. The real question is, will we be ready? Will we live with hearts unburdened, free to respond? Or will we ask for more time to untangle ourselves from distractions? Oh, to have a heart ready to say, yes, to step forward without hesitation when God calls. Now listen to what God said to Moses through the fire. It was a message that reached across centuries. God said, "I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob." That was the past. Then He said, "I have surely seen the affliction of my people. I have heard their cry. I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them." That was the present. And finally, come now, I will send you to Pharaoh. That was the future. This moment teaches us something profound. We often act before God speaks. We see a need, we move, and then we ask God to bless what we've already decided to do. That's what Moses did 40 years earlier. But now, God was speaking first. And when that happens, when the call comes from God, not from ourselves, we become instruments, not initiators. Channels, not controllers. And that makes all the difference. Those who wait for God's timing carry His authority. They don't panic when obstacles come. They trust that God saw the road ahead before they ever took a step. But Moses wasn't ready. Not yet. He hesitated. "Who am I?" he asked. "That I should go to Pharaoh?" He wasn't being humble. He was doubting God. And so God replied with one of the most comforting promises in all of Scripture. "Certainly I will be with you. Friend, when God sends you, He goes with you." He says, "I, the Eternal One, the flame that never dies, the I Am, I will walk with you." This same promise is given to us. "Lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You are complete in me." Let those words settle in your heart. Still, Moses asked another question. "What should I say if they ask for your name?" God answered with a name like no other. "I am that I am." This name means God is everything, always present, always sufficient, always faithful. He is not I was. He is not I will be. He is I am. He does not change. He does not age. He does not depend on anyone. And in Jesus, we see that name fulfilled. I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the good shepherd. I am the resurrection and the life. What a gift to know the I am walks with us still. But Moses was still not convinced. "They won't believe me," he said. So God gave him 3 signs, each one rich with meaning. First, the rod. "What is that in your hand?" God asked. "A rod," Moses said. An ordinary staff, yet God transformed it. When Moses threw it down, it became a serpent. When he picked it up in obedience, it returned to a rod. God was saying, "Even Egypt will be subject to your hand. Trust me." The second sign was deeply personal. God told Moses to put his hand in his cloak. When he pulled it out, it was leprous. Then again, and it was clean. God was saying, yes, you know your sin, but I can cleanse you. My grace can restore what is broken. And the third sign? Water from the Nile turned to blood, a blow to Egypt's pride, economy, and gods. God was saying, they may appear powerful, but I am greater. Still, Moses protested. I am not eloquent, he said. I am slow of speech. God answered with holy gentleness and then firmness. Who made man's mouth? Who gives speech or sight? Is it not I? Now go. I will teach you what to say. But Moses resisted one last time. Please, Lord, send someone else. God was angry but patient. He allowed Aaron, Moses' brother, to come alongside him. But it wasn't the best outcome. Aaron would later lead the people into idolatry. Aaron would often cause Moses grief. And yet, Aaron stood in the spotlight while Moses stayed behind. If only Moses had trusted God completely, how different things might have been. At last, Moses gave in. He said, if you must send someone, then send me. It wasn't joyful obedience. It was reluctant surrender. But even then, God used it, because the path Moses thought would lead to disaster actually led to glory. He would raise his hands over the Red Sea. He would speak face to face with God. He would shine with divine glory. He would be buried by God's own hand. And he would stand beside Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration. All of it began with one moment of fire and a conversation that changed everything. Dear friend, maybe today you're hesitating. You've heard the call, but fear is holding you back. Let this chapter remind you, God knows your weakness. He knows your doubts. But he also knows your destiny. Don't wait until you feel ready. Say yes, take the first step, and let God show you what he can do through a heart that says, here I am. Subscribe to our channel. We're walking daily through the spiritual journey of Moses and beyond. We'll see you in chapter 6.